KFAN.com/watch. It's all thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Check it out today, KFAN.com/watch, weekdays at 8 a.m.
All right, welcome back. Power Trip Morning Show. It's 8:04. We are live. It's up. It's happening. Right?
Yeah.
Hi.
And Ryan Jeffers is here of the Minnesota Twins.
And he's awesome.
He is. He's a good-looking dude.
Good-looking
That
dude,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is it like to be, what are you, 27 years old?
27 on the net.
27.
What is it like to be good-looking, 27, and rich? Because none of us are familiar
Yeah,
with
I can't
that.
remember.
Hi, that bad looking?
Chris is just 54 old.
Yeah, 54 old.
Man. You're living the dream, though, right? This is just the best.
It's always been.
And you said you got married, so you have
I got a 2.5-year-old. I got a wife that I've been dating since I was 15. So you know,
really?
it's
High school sweethearts?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No kidding.
We started dating before I could even drive. I still. Yeah. She picked me up for the first date.
Oh, she's older than you?
Sugar mama.
8 months.
Oh, hell yeah.
How sweet is
Good for
that?
you.
That's so
That's
cool.
awesome.
How'd you lock that up in high school? Good for you. You must have been cool.
It's been great having her by my side for as long as she's been there. I can't imagine trying to date with the
Say it.
The
people
grind?
we are.
Yeah,
Just
right.
it sounds bad, but who can you really trust? Who can?
Yeah, that's a good
and
point.
Shohei couldn't trust his best friend and interpreter.
Yeah, right.
I doubt when you were 15 she knew where you were headed, but
Right.
but now that in the last 12 years you've been all over the place. Chris went through the locations and the teams and the minors. When you sign up to date a baseball player on the rise, you have to sign up for a lot of moving, right? Because she's going wherever you're going,
and really fully understand. And I tell this to a lot of young guys that have girlfriends and that come up to the big leagues, is they have to understand, in order for this whole thing to work, is they have to understand that they're the ones who have to make all the sacrifices. I can't make the sacrifice to stay at home and do this. And my job is I got to go play baseball, and I'm got to be there at this time. And there's I can't stay home for a little bit longer or take a day off. They're the ones that have to not have a career. They travel, they take care of the kids. So they're a lot of us in the locker room are our backbone, and what keeps us moving is our wives.
The upside, though, in Paris, you live this as a long-time NHL guy, not just a massive name dropper. Is that but your job window is limited anyway, right? You're not doing this for 70 years.
Right.
You're hopefully have a 10 or 20 year career, and then it's back to but
Then it's taking over the morning show here.
but like you said, you have a 2.5-year-old, right? Boy or girl?
Girl.
Awesome, right?
It's
Girl
great.
dads
It's
are the
great.
best.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, that's a lot of work. Raising a kid's a lot of work, and you're on the road for 81 games.
Yeah,
a year.
we always joke, and it's not really a funny joke, but she's a single mom for a lot of the year. I mean, I'll go on the road for weeks at a time, and she's at home by herself with her daughter, and it's really important for us as players, and for me specifically, just to know that everything at home is taken care of and everything's buttoned up at home. And it gives me a peace of mind to go do my job and not worry about everything that goes on off the field.
Now I see why Rosie loves baseball so much.
Because he never has to be home.
No, just because women are staying home and not working.
Yeah, he says that all the time.
Yeah, well,
that's going to be on his tombstone.
They start to work when you get traded a bunch, and they have to move every time.
No, he's not.
She's working. She's just not getting paid for her work.
Yeah,
her
exactly.
work is
well said.
Doing everything that logistically that I don't want to do off the field.
Amen.
She deals with leases. She deals with all the doctor's appointments, all the vet appointments. There's a lot that goes on that I don't want to deal with or don't have time to deal with. That she can take care of and help, so I don't have to worry about any of it.
Rapid fire baseball questions. Do you mind?
Go for it.
Okay. Do you how quickly after you make contact do you know it's going to be a home run?
Pretty quickly.
That's pretty cool. I bet.
Depending on the launch angle.
Oh, that's got to be cool.
You know whether you get it or not, and we've got a pretty good sense, especially at home more than away, because you know your stadium pretty well.
Do you like or hate to bunt?
Situationally, I mean, I think there's a really important value in some late game situational bunting. I'm usually really good at it too, so it's pretty easy for me. I mean, just a good old sacrifice bunt sometimes is really important.
What is one part of being a catcher that is really hard?
I think it's just mentally handling the amount of information that we're given on every single one of their hitters, and being able to match that up with calling a game, and matching up with knowing what your pitcher that's on the mound can handle and can also how they can use that scouting report for their advantage.
As a hitter, does it matter if it's a sunny day or a cloudy day?
It depends on the stadium. Sometimes sometimes some backdrops are better than others. So it kind of depends on where the shadows are and stuff.
What percentage of rainouts are you happy about?
Brilliant.
Usually none. I think rainouts are cool for about 30 minutes, and then you realize you got to play 18 innings of baseball in one day later in the season.
Okay, that makes sense.
How often do you get recognized in the Twin Cities? Or just in general?
It's increased every year. So, I mean, this will be almost year 6 up here or year 5 up here. So every year it's gone by, it's a little bit more. I'll walk around the Skyway around the hotel a little bit to go get a coffee or donuts. And you can kind of tell when someone recognizes you because they'll kind of do a quick double take or something. I'm always, if people want to say, hey, or what's up, that's great. Like I got no issues saying hi to people. But you can always tell it's a little bit more every year though.
Are you a bubblegum or sunflower seeds guy?
Or
a little bit of both.
Or Red Man
I don't chew. No tobacco for me. But I'll chew a little gum if I'm not playing. I don't usually chew gum or seeds when I'm playing. But when I'm sitting on the bench, I got to kind of do something with my time.
Sauce, you do one.
Who's the toughest pitcher you faced on a regular basis?
Yeah, that was quick. You had that loaded.
I get that. That's probably the most common question I get from players.
That's what I asked.
And it's a really it's a really hard question to answer because
all right, who's the
there's
worst pitcher?
So many guys. I'll stay with the first question.
Yeah.
There's so many good guys now, and there's everybody on. It feels like everybody you face is really good. Just the ones that pop into my head are Class A for the Guardians, like the type of guys that they come in the game and you're just like, well, like hopefully they'll make a mistake. We can put the ball in play. They can make a mistake. But they're just simply like the hitting's already hard enough and they make it way harder, to do. You mean, you got guys, like Tanner Houck in Boston who has a 40-inch spread on his he's a 2-pitch guy, but he's got one that moves 20 inches one direction and one that moves 20 inches the other direction.
Incredible. I can't even imagine.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's just so many different, you try your best.
That's the right answer.
Yeah. You just try really hard. It's just, there's so many good guys out there now. It's hard to just pin down one guy. Facing Chris Sale this year. I mean, my first at bat, I struck out on a pitch that hit me in the leg. Like that's, I followed it up with 2 hits. Just want to throw that out there. But my first at bat, I struck out in a pitch that hit me. You just face every night. It feels like you're going out there facing someone who's unbelievable.
Mitch informed me that you work out with the Twins' best prospect, Walker Jenkins. What's he like as a person, and what's he like going to be like as a baseball player?
He's a kid to get really excited about. It's not often that the intangibles off the field kind of match up with the talent that he has. He's 19 and he's just genetically way above where any other 19-year-old is. There's not a ton of people that can hang and do what I do in the weight room in the off season. And he's 7 years younger than me, just right there next to me with the same weights. And it's extremely impressive. And then to pair that with how special he is of just a humble kid. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. Just super polite. Puts his nose down, works harder than anyone I've been around. So I think it's someone to really get excited about. I was just texting him. I was just making sure he caught his flight because there's so much snow on the ground in Wilmington.
How Ryan? How many of the pitches like that when you're calling come from the dugout, or is it all? Are you calling all the pitches?
I'm calling pretty much every single one. There'll be sometimes where I'd say it's 98% are me. I think there's moments where I'll look over at our pitching coach or something, and we'll kind of have some like subconscious communication of we can kind of play off each other and see what he's thinking, what I'm thinking. But it's 98, 99% of the pitches. Yeah.
I love it.
When we were kids growing up and watching baseball or playing in the yard, whatever, the catcher was, you wore a batting helmet, essentially. It looked like a batting helmet. You just flipped it on backwards. And that was how we knew, you're the catcher. Or if you played catcher, that's what you did. Now it's evolved to the point where it's like a hockey goalie mask that you're wearing. And I even saw, I think it was when we had our City Edition uniforms, or what we call in the NBA, the City Edition. And yours was painted. It had like your wife and daughter's name on part of it, and had like your hometown zip code or area code or something personal to you. Is that where we're headed across the board with catcher's masks?
So with
helmets,
with the catchers, you can either wear the hockey style mask, or you can wear what we call the 2-piece mask, which is like the backwards cap with like the cage that you kind of drape over front. I had a thought in spring training. We were getting our City Connect jerseys. This year, I sat down with Rod and I said, "Hey, what do you got on? I know people don't do this in MLB, but hockey guys do it. Why can't I paint a mask to go with the jersey?" And so he reached out to MLB. Apparently, it had been not allowed. It had been outlawed for a while. But when he reached out to MLB said, "Yeah, that's great. Do it." And he knew a very well-known mask artist that he reached out to, and was more than willing and excited to come up with a couple masks. And he did an unbelievable job. There was one mask that I kind of had some say in. Hey, let's put the skyline on one side. Let's put a big loon on the other side. And then there's another mask that he kind of just had his artistic freedom on and kind of freestyled on. It turned into like a kind of a sunset theme. But it was really cool. I think there might be some more guys that start to do that or start to go that direction, just because it's a pretty cool aspect that you can personalize.
It was the visual of it. I distinctly remember, because the uniforms were different, and then your look, I was like, God dang, that looks so cool.
Yeah, they looked really cool.
What a cool job title, mask artist. But think if you're like the 7th best mask artist in the world. There's not enough masks to paint.
Yeah, that's
right. Like,
you'd be
if you're not one of
surprised.
the
There's
top
a lot
couple,
of young goalies that like their masks.
yeah, but
painted.
you get the same 4 or 5 people doing them, and you're like, great, I'm awesome at this, and I can't get a job. Yeah, you better be good at that job. Anyway, Ryan, when we come back, we're going to play initials.
Let's do it.
I'm trying to think of who.
Good luck.
Good guys.
Morneau's play. I'm trying to think of the twins. Brian Dozier, Morneau, Perkins,
Steve Lombardozzi.
Yeah, for sure has. So not a lot. We'll see.
Can I ask him,
pretty good.
Can I ask him one more question?
Go for it.
Ryan, one more thing. I was just reading an article from September 4th of 2018
Okay.
in The Athletic. Were you surprised to be drafted by the Twins?
The draft process was interesting because I was not ranked in the top 250 prospects, and then got picked 59th.
Yeah.
So I knew pretty confidently that I was going to go at least in the third round, probably. The Twins that year did not have a 3rd round pick. They really liked me. They liked what I was doing. I didn't have a ton of conversations with the Twins pre-draft. But it kind of just fell their direction. I was there when they were picking, and it worked out. The rest is history.
That's some good scouting there,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the clip when I got drafted is funny because they got 250 guys worked up with the video with talking points, and they put my headshot on the board and my height and weight and said, "We don't know anything about this kid from UNC Wilmington."
Literally, yeah. But they knew they didn't have a 3rd round pick and you'd be gone, so they had to take you when they didn't. And look how that worked out, man. That's pretty cool.
Love it.
Yeah, it's my area scout's first ever draft pick too, or first ever. And then
no
look
kidding.
where we're at, yeah.
Wow, making him look good. Nice work.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Shout out to Matt Williams.
There you go.
All right, that's Ryan Jeffers of the Minnesota Twins. We'll play initials with him after this on the Power Trip Morning Show, and one of you has a shot at $83,000.
Up next, it's the Initials game featuring the St. Paul Federal Credit Union jackpot. Call 1-800-320-5326 for your shot at the Initials jackpot next on The Fan.
Time has come.
Shall we?
Yeah.
All right,
Let's
go.
It's time for Initials Game 558 on the Power Trip, presented by Hurlburt Heating and Plumbing.
Yeah. All right, Hurlburt. Awesome. Don't forget, every Friday on social media, you can guess the initials and have a shot at a $100 Visa gift card thanks to our friends at Hurlburt.
That's right. Hurlburt Heating and Plumbing, keeping homes comfortable for over 65 years. New customers get a $49 furnace tune-up and safety check. And for a limited time, get a free carbon monoxide detector. Call 612-200-2120 today or schedule online at hurlburthp.com. That's hurlburthp.com.
Yep, great people. Used them a couple months ago. They were awesome. Let's go around the room. Let's meet all the competitors and see what we're playing for today. For game 558, Sauce, good morning.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Great.
How's your son?
He's great. Thank you.
Cool.
I'm
He's a mall
sponsored
rat.
by my amazing friends at 7th Avenue Pizza, the deal of the week at all Kowalski stores. All 7th Avenue Pizza at Kowalski stores is $7.99. And if I win today, tweet me and tag 7th Avenue Pizza through the end of Sunday, and one of you could win $100 to restock your freezer with 7th Avenue Pizza.
Chris has had a pretty good month and a half of this
Thank
game.
you.
What happens if you win yet again?
I'm sponsored by Radco and Radco.com. If I win, you'll get 10% off your entire order now through Monday. In-store online at Radco.com when you use the promo code initials. Discount does not apply to toppers.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Radco.
Thank you, Radco.
Who won last week?
Oh, let me think.
What happens if you go back-to-back, Marnes?
Once again, thank you to my beautiful, wonderful, fantastic friends at Great Clips. If I win today, again, you know the drill. Tweet me, tag Great Clips now through the end of Sunday. One lucky winner will win 1 year. I said it, Ryan. 1 year of free haircuts at Great Clips. What do you think of that?
Wow.
I know.
Are you again implying that one of our guests needs a haircut? You said that to Cy a couple weeks ago. Does Ryan need a haircut or
she
not?
was right
I just got a haircut.
Yeah, you look trim.
Yeah.
Tight.
Wow.
You look tight.
He was
Calm
right
down.
about
He
Cy,
just
by
said
the
he's
way.
married to his high school sweetheart. Leave him alone. Mark Parrish, what happens if you win?
Well, I am sponsored by my great friends at ABC, American Building Contractors. And if I win today, tweet at me, at Mark D. Parrish, and tag at ABC will help through the end of Sunday. And one lucky winner will win a $100 Visa gift card. Thank you, American Building Contractors. Let's go, good guys.
Right on. And Ryan Jeffers of the Minnesota Twins. If Ryan wins, Sauce, he's going to buy everybody a dome dog.
Well, that'd be great. Yeah.
You could really
If you
go for a
win,
dome dog.
You will be my permanent catcher on the show.
No more Adley
On
Richards.
MLB The Show?
No, I'm trading for
You
him.
got to make that trade.
Yeah, I'll
Rescind
trade
that trade back.
Yes.
What if he doesn't
Okay.
win?
I'll still do it because I feel bad.
Adley's going to be pissed.
Yeah, well, he's a video game. He doesn't know anything.
You can get the home version of Initials at initialsgame.com. Version 4 is available now. The rest of them are sold out until later this year. But you can also play all over town. InitialsGameLive.com. We're in something like 30 different bars in 4 or 5 different states now. If you want to go play, it's free to play. InitialsGameLive.com.
Good for you.
Count me in as who cares.
Good for you, Corliss.
Before we play game 558, one of you has a shot at a whole bunch of money. Like, how about, I don't know, $83,000. Let's
Now
go.
it's time for the St. Paul Federal Credit Union Initials Jackpot.
That's right. $83,000 on the line right now. 1-800-320-5326. You're looking to buy a new car? Save money in your current car loan? Do it with St. Paul Federal Credit Union. Now offering car loan rates as low as 6.29%. Apply today at stpaulfcu.org/KFAN. Federally insured by the NCUA.
All right, so Ryan, you don't have to worry about this part, but here's how this works. This is a progressive jackpot. It goes up $500 every week. We're going to pull up a random caller here in a second.
Hey?
They guess the initials I'm about to use. If they get one letter in the right spot, they win $250, which is pretty sweet. But if they say both in the right spot, they win the jackpot, which is now up to $83,000. It's gone off twice. The first time,
What?
freaking Carl over there won. He's a narcissist. He guessed his own initials and he won $31,500.
He played the game right.
He did. It was the right time to believe in himself. It won $31,500. But now it's $83,000. Good morning. What is your name and where are you from?
Hi, my name is Lacey from Bismarck.
Lacey from Bismarck.
Nodak in the house.
Lacey from the Dakotas.
No.
Which one is it, Marty?
Just North Dakota.
Oh, it's just North Dakota.
North Dakota.
North Dakota. Lacey from Bismarck. All right, Lacey, you've already beat the odds. You're already on the line. You get a crack at $83,000. All you have to do is tell me the right 2 letters, and St. Paul Federal Credit Union will give you $83,000. Go for it.
I'm going to go with TD.
So T is in like Tommy,
Yes.
and D is
Like
in Dakota.
touchdown. TD.
TD is in
Yeah.
touchdown.
Okay.
Got it.
Give it
All
to
right,
her.
you're going
Yeah.
TD.
Oh, no.
Marnie wants you to win because you're
come
from
on.
the Dakotas. She loves the Dakotas.
Just north. Come on, Lacey.
So you hate South
Just
Dakota.
north.
Nice. No, I mean,
Oh.
it's nice.
All right, we
Just
want
very nice.
Lacey and Bismarck to be super, super rich. Lacey in Bismarck is going for $83,000. Does Lacey have at least one right
Come on.
for
Come on.
$250?
Come on, give it to her.
No. Sorry, Lacey. Yeah, okay.
That's my
later.
favorite type of.
She did have one letter right in the wrong spot, but that's not, unfortunately, that's not worth anything. The initials for game 558, E.
Oh, boy.
And then T.
I knew it.
E-T.
I knew it.
Tough one.
Okay, Ryan, you got this.
All right. Again, Ryan, yell out your name. Your name is your buzzer. We play best out of 12. You get 1 point if you get it right. If you get it wrong, you're up for the remainder of just that item. Here we go. Here's number 1.
Okay.
Of E-T.
Clue number 1.
Can be plastic, metal, or silicone.
Clue number 2.
These are cylindrical.
Clue number 3.
They are inserted.
Clue number 4.
Are most commonly connected to children.
Ryan.
I think Ryan was first. Ryan.
Ear tubes?
Ryan! Yes! Look at that. Marty's ruining the studio.
We might have a player here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's coming out of the gates hot here, but we might have a player, Martin.
Yeah, no, I'm super happy for
Marty,
it.
do you want me to say what you just said in the studio?
Yeah.
Marty.
Yeah, Marty.
He's going to get 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. That was exactly her prediction back here, Ryan.
And she said Adley
No one's
Rutschman
getting-
would do way better.
No one's getting a Sports Clips gift card.
Ryan.
Great. Yes.
Great clip. Sorry. No one wants a Sports Clips
say it,
card.
but you could use one.
Ear tubes gets Ryan Jeffers
let's go.
on the
Boy,
board.
Ryan. Good
Right out of the
guy.
gate.
Was that where you were going?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right
Gotta
on.
be a little quicker.
Has your daughter had ear tubes?
No.
Okay, dodge
No.
the bullet. That's fantastic.
Yes.
All right, so ear tubes gets Ryan Jeffers his first point. Here's number 2 of E-T.
Clue number 1.
Associated with composition.
Clue number 2.
Often found in front of a group of people.
Clue number 3.
Often possesses a degree and the required amount of certification. Paul?
I
mean, that's...
Yeah, I rang in. Electrical technician?
You blew it!
Is that not E.T.? Don't give me that look.
I call an ET and then I say, I got to get a group of people over
Well, I
here.
don't know. Did you get the last one? No, Ryan did. Who you said would get 0. Take that.
Sauce is out for the rest of number 2. Okay, all right. Sauce is out for 2. Here we go.
I forgot all the other clues.
Yeah, exactly. Too
How
late
is
now.
that a bad guess?
Here we go.
Clue number 4.
Might put you to the test.
Clue number 5.
Might require research, reports, and essays. Final clue.
Ryan.
Ryan.
English teacher?
All right, we got a player.
Locked in here.
Ryan can play.
Oh, guess
good.
what?
You said
Guess
0?
what my mom was her whole life.
0 out of 12. Yeah, Parrish's mom was an English teacher.
And I wasn't even close. Sorry, Mom. Love you.
Ryan, I don't want to put additional pressure. You've played Major
No,
League
you're good.
Baseball.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not a guy that probably cares about
Yeah, this means
game
I-
show pressure.
I was surprised it didn't come up that I was a physics major in college.
Whoa.
Didn't know that either.
And your mom was an engineer. Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
That makes
it's talked
him
about
officially
usually, so I was
way
surprised it didn't come up.
Most
Smarter
first timers
than
get
me.
shut out. It is
Okay.
extremely rare for first timers to win. So
about
just
12?
Just saying. Oh, the record. The record's 9.
Yeah.
Go for, that would be mind
Good
blowing.
Lord, Ryan. That a boy.
All right,
Good
so
guy.
Nice job.
Ryan Jeffers has 2. The first
Take that.
2.
Loving it.
Here's number 3
Let's go.
of E.T.
Clue number 1.
Often used as a storytelling trope.
Clue number 2.
Is one of 2.
Clue number 3.
Is deeply rooted in the concept of duality.
Paul.
Yeah.
Evil twin?
That's right.
Okay.
That is an evil
Okay.
twin.
I am not a physics major.
Hey, smart though. You getting anything, huh?
No, not again.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
smart.
good.
That's okay. We got
Feel a
this.
little bit better. Let's go. We
All
got plenty of time. Here we go.
Sauce on the
Attaboy,
board.
Saucy.
Ryan Jeffers has 2. Meat Sauce has 1. Here's number 4 of ET.
Clue number 1.
Has connections to the 1970s and the environmental movement.
Clue number 2.
Associated with soil, rocks, plants, and more.
Clue number 3.
It's considered natural.
Clue number 4.
Considered warm, muted, or neutral.
Mark.
Earth
tones.
That's right.
Oh, well played. Well played.
There we go.
Earth tones. Parrish on the board. All right. Ryan Jeffers is in the lead with 2. Mark Parrish has 1. Meat Sauce has 1. Here's number 5.
We got the smarts.
Yeah.
E.T.
Go, guys. Getting warmed up.
Here's
God,
number
I
5.
hope you get 0.
Clue number 1.
Talk to him like that.
No, you.
Lacks resistance.
Clue number 2.
Can be a person, group, or object.
Marnie,
Go for it.
easy target.
That's right. Wow, Barnes. Well done.
Now you don't have 0.
That was very good.
Thank you.
It's pretty good, Sauce.
Well,
That was
That was
quick.
pretty good. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
We might get great clips after all.
was that a nickname, though?
You want to respond to that? Ryan has 2.
Yeah.
Ryan has 2. Marnie, Sauce, and Parrish each
was
have
good.
1. We're almost halfway through the game. Here's number
Here we go.
6
Go, guys. You got this.
of ET.
Clue number 1.
The second word can be skipped, even though it is exactly what it is.
Marnie,
Unbelievable if you get this.
evergreen tree.
What?
That was.
You could say it's an evergreen, and you know what I'm talking about, and it's a tree.
That's forced an electrical technician.
How?
Marnie's
Hello.
out for the rest of number 6. Wow, she got a little confident with easy target there. Marnie's out for 6.
Clue number 2.
Frequently spotted in New York's Central Park.
Clue number 3.
Can be American, Chinese, Japanese, Siberian, or winged.
Clue number 4.
Historical connections to boat building.
Mark.
Yep.
Elm tree?
That's right. Evergreen tree is a phenomenal guess. You picked the wrong tree. It's elm tree. Your brain was locked in, and Saw said it was a terrible guess. It was an unbelievable guess. You just picked the wrong one. Elm tree.
Makes
Parrish.
sense.
All right.
Let's
elm
go.
tree
Good
gets
guys.
Mark his second
nice
point.
job, Barry.
That was a good one, Pat.
Halfway through the game, Ryan has 2. Parrish has 2. Marnie has 1. Sauce has 1. Chris yet to score, but 6 to go. Long way. Here's number 7 of ET.
Clue number 1.
Is an account.
Clue number 2.
Is subjective and incomplete.
Clue number 3.
Can be unreliable.
Clue number 4.
Hawk.
Expert testimony?
Oh, not bad.
Hawk out for the rest of number 7.
Clue number 4.
Involves description.
Clue
Mark.
number 5.
Mark.
Oh, shoot.
4, 3,
Marnie,
2,
I
1.
don't want to say it. I don't want to say it.
Marnie.
eye test.
All right, we're down to just Sauce and Ryan Jeffers. The other 3 of them are out. We're down to Sauce and Ryan. 2 clues to go.
Clue number 5.
Associated with investigation and reporting.
Ryan?
Yep.
Eyewitness testimony?
Yes! So again, Chris's expert testimony was on the
You're
right
right on
path,
it.
right on it, but
You're
just
giving all the
missed.
clues.
And Ryan gets point number 3 with Eyewitness testimony.
I had it, and
Nice
I
job,
talked
Ryan.
myself
Come on,
out of
Ryan.
it.
Great job.
Great job, Ryan. Attaboy.
We got to get Ryan to do this. It's so close. All right, 5 items left, and Ryan Jeffers of the Twins takes the lead. Ryan has 3. Parrish, you have 2. Marnie and Sauce each have 1. Chris with a close guess, but still not on the board. 5 to go. Here's number 8.
Okay, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Number 8 of E.T.
Clue number 1.
is relatively small.
Clue number 2.
Is right next to something else.
Clue number 3.
Is often square, rectangular, or round.
Clue number 4.
Often made of metal, wood, glass, or a combination.
Clue number 5.
Often found directly under drinks.
Marnie?
Yep.
End table?
That's right.
It's an end table right next to the old couch. There's an end table.
That was good, Mark.
Oh my God.
Wait, did you just flip him the birds?
No, they were pointer fingers, but they were aggressive.
Look like double birds.
That was like a finger gun in the NBA. That would have got you fined. Marnie got her second point, so she's 1 behind
Come
Ryan.
on, Ryan. Now I'm rooting for you. I'm in the game. I'm rooting for you.
Come on, Ryan. Good guys.
Ryan has 3. Marnie and Parrish both have 2. Sauce has 1. Chris, you're not out yet either. There's 4 left. Here's number 9 of E.T.
Clue number 1.
Has a lattice pattern.
Clue number 2.
Has levels.
Ryan. Eiffel Tower.
Oh my God.
Ryan, let's go. Ryan, come on. Ryan, let's go.
Is legit at this
I
game.
am all on board here. Let's go, Ryan. Come on, baby.
Lattice
Come on now.
pattern and levels. I mean, you obviously know what lattice means. Otherwise, it's a word that, if you don't know what that means, I don't know how you got it. You clearly know. Unbelievable.
It's what you put on cheeseburgers. And it's
exactly.
a salad, right?
Dude,
Wow. Come on, Ryan. Here we go.
Here's how cool this
Let's
is, Ryan,
go.
already. You have a 2-point lead
My
with 3 to
goodness.
go. If you get any of the remaining 3, you win your first ever
Let's
game.
go.
Come on.
Let's go, Ryan. Come
And
on.
they're
Come
gonna
on,
want you,
baby.
They're going to want you back in the water pretty quickly
Come
to
on
humble
now.
you, because this
Come
is
on,
crazy.
Ryan. Let's go.
3 to go. Ryan Jeffers going for the win. Chris is mathematically out. Sauce, you're not out yet. You got to run the table, Sauce, but you could still do this. Marnie and Parrish are 2 back. Ryan going for the win. Here's number 10 of E.T.
Clue number 1.
Debuted in Glendale, Arizona.
Clue number 2.
Has been famous globally.
Clue number 3.
Made over $2 billion.
Clue number 4.
Over 3.5 hours long.
Clue number 5.
Requires a ticket. Final clue.
Clue number 6.
This was 149 concerts across 5 continents. Paul.
Marnie.
5.
Eras Tour.
That is That is the Eras Tour, and in a lot of ways, Ryan, that was best case scenario for you because Marnie and Parrish didn't get it. So that was a big point for Ryan.
No way I was getting that.
So with 2 to go, Ryan has a 2-point lead. So Marnie, you have to get the last 2, or Parrish has to get the last 2.
Let's go, Ryan.
Any other combination, and Ryan
Come on, Ryan.
wins.
Good guys.
So if Ryan or Hawk or Sauce gets this one right, this thing's over.
Good time, Hawk.
Let's go.
Ryan going for the win. Here's number 11 of I almost said IT. E.T.
Clue number 1.
This features letters.
Clue number 2.
Is an exam.
Marnie.
Yep.
Eye test.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's an eye test. I just tipped the hand by accidentally saying I. But you were sitting on that one anyway. All right, so
All right, here we go. Come on
at
here.
this game.
Let's go.
Just leave it. It looks great.
Anybody but Marnie.
Look at this.
All right, it all comes down to this. If
Look
Ryan
at
gets
this,
number
Ryan.
12 right, he wins.
Come on.
If Marnie gets it right, we have a tiebreaker between the two of them. But if Parrish, Sauce, or Chris gets this, Ryan also wins. Comes down to this. Ryan going for the win, Marnie going for the tie. Here's number 12.
It's the most pressure he's ever been under. Look at him.
I'm sweating right now.
Number 12 of E.T.
Clue number 1.
Often associated with manipulation.
Clue number 2.
This is connected to bluffing.
Clue number 3.
This is insincere.
Clue number 4.
Parents commonly make these
Marnie.
for the tie.
Empty threat.
That's right.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Marty's trying to ruin the party.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That's how this game works.
That's how it's supposed to
All right,
be.
so it comes down to this. Now, Sauce and Mark and Chris are out.
We're out.
Now, Ryan, this is a tiebreaker.
Oh, it's just us two.
Just the
Yeah.
two of you.
All
And
right.
the only difference, here's the only difference. It's only 3 clues, not 6, so it's a little more to the point.
Okay.
If you ring in and get it wrong, your opponent gets to hear all of the remaining clues, and then we'll have 5 seconds to answer.
Gotcha.
If neither of you get it, then we have a second tiebreaker. And if we don't have that one, then we're in trouble.
These are a little bit easier, so be ready.
Yeah, it goes a little bit more to the point. Only
Okay.
3 clues. All right, Ryan Jeffers and Marnie Gellner, overtime for the win. Here's tiebreaker number 1.
Clue number 1.
Is most commonly black.
Clue number 2.
It starts circular in a sense, but then ends up rectangular once it's cut. Final clue.
Clue number 3.
This is flexible, heat-resistant adhesive. 5.
Ryan,
Ryan for the win.
Yes.
electrical tape.
Electrical tape. Take that, Marty.
Ryan, come on.
That's a walk-off.
No
He's
haircuts. Let's go.
No haircuts.
No haircuts. Everybody's looking
Ryan
scraggy for
Jeffers.
another week.
Point, dude. That was awesome.
Boy, Ryan.
Electrical
Wow.
tape gets the win.
Wow.
Super rare. That was awesome.
Awesome, Ryan.
Man,
Let's go.
Martin's your thoughts.
I couldn't get off of pizza when you're like rectangular and circular and cut, and I'm like,
Pizza doesn't have E or T in it.
Thank you, Ryan.
I mean, that's just me. Maybe that's just me.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
who invited this guy?
Ryan, that's
And then when he
incredible.
said adhesive, I was just
awesome,
like,
Ryan.
glue.
That was
what
great.
Kind, what's the glue called?
Wow.
Glue.
Yes.
Right. Very. So,
I got tape. I got
Yeah,
tape after the adhesive part, and then it was just figuring out the E.
what's the E? There you go. You
Yeah.
work backwards. That's not pizza. It's tape. Nailed it. See, that's how it works.
I've never been so happy that I wimped out on eyewitness testimony and didn't say it.
There you go. Well, either way. So Ryan, so there's a
was
guy on
sweet.
Twitter who his Power Trip initials. That's not us, even though it sounds like it is.
Okay.
And he keeps track of stats like crazy.
This is-
my guess. In the 558 times we've played this game, how many first timers have won? Maybe like 5 or 4.
Gleeman in that tournament.
Aaron
Right?
Gleeman.
Yeah, the
it's all
tournament-
Twins writers. I think
Yeah.
Doe Young Park
Doe.
won his
Yeah.
first time.
The guy we had on the Walking
Chris
Dead
Hardwick.
guy, yeah. Talking
So,
Dead.
but it's got to be like 5 or 6, maybe ever.
I told you I had dough in my ear.
Attaboy. Well
And
played.
to come out of the
he
gates
got-
and get the first 2.
That helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attaboy,
That's
Ryan.
well done, dude.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Man.
Well, that's more than 0.
Made my
Honestly,
morning.
I can't believe you had that low of expectations for me.
They make stuff up all the time.
Man, that was awesome.
that was
Congrats. That was
true.
sweet.
That was true. Wow, man, that was really, really
Yeah,
something.
you're good.
I'm currently getting text messages
You
about
are.
congrats on the
You
win.
big-
Ryan, you're
Shout
going
out
to
to
be.
Corey Provis.
Ryan.
Oh, yeah, great win.
Oh, yeah,
We should
Corey.
have had a bucket of
Ryan.
bubble gum and the Gatorades and the water bottles ready.
Who's
You're
going to
gonna
clean
be-
that up?
Oh.
Zach?
Zach, yeah.
No.
Get Brett back over here.
I will tell you, I based my prediction of 0 on the fact that when during the commercial break and Corey's explaining the rules to you,
Yep.
and he was like the initials, and you're like, yeah, and you tell us the initials like every clue, and he's like, but it's the same initials,
So-
and Ryan was like, it's the same initials for the whole
Yeah, no.
game. I'm like, this guy's
Yeah.
going down.
Yeah. When I was looking up the rules and hey, any helpful tips and tricks last night, it was all of it was like, hey, you can get different initials. So I just assumed it was like you give us a different initial every single time.
No.
It didn't seem to bother you.
That was just a
didn't seem to bother you at all.
No, we're good. I mean, honestly, it might make it easier to be the same because you can kind of start thinking like you can start eye test. You can start thinking of different things the whole time.
And think, Marnes, when it's all said and done, you just guessed the wrong tree. You guessed the wrong tree.
Yeah.
Man, that was awesome. Well, first of all, we only have like 3 minutes left in the show. Super nice to meet you. Super fun having you on for the last hour and a half. You're welcome back anytime. And again, now they're going to want you back in.
You're coming back.
They're going to want you
back.
I'll be back.
We got to find a Friday during the season where it works out.
We never have an off day. That's the problem on a Friday.
What are Friday
and
mornings?
Rocco would have a heart attack if I woke up at 6:30 on the game day.
That's a really good point.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
I'm throwing out the first pitch a couple of times this year, and I'm excited to come to the games. Can I hang out in the in the dugout with you guys?
You'll have to go through Mitch over here.
During the game.
What's wrong with that? I ain't gonna mess anything up.
There's a bench, there's a bench right up to the front of the dugout where Rocco sits. Maybe you can snag a seat next to him.
Do you guys, and I know you do. You guys remember when Bobby Valentine got ejected and then came back with a costume?
It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
A manager gets ejected and came back with a costume on so he could hide in the dugout. Why can't we just throw a mustache and a hat on Chris? No one would know.
Nobody would know.
It looked like an assistant coach.
That's right.
Or it looked like Danny DeVito in one of those Subway commercials.
How short do you think
Jimmy John.
Jersey Mike.
Jersey Mike, exactly. That one where they have him like above the. He's like in the air duct system or whatever.
Brilliant.
He's in the HVAC.
Now, do you come up with all those clues and all you just?
That's like 95% of my life. I live a pretty empty existence. Yeah.
No, it's impressive.
Thanks. Anyway, so can we let me ask you the question that I'm not trying to put you in a bad spot, but we asked it off here a couple hours ago, or on air before you got here. Does ownership matter at all to the players? Like whether they switch or not this season, does that impact you as a player?
I mean, I'll preface this by in any job, if your company is potentially getting bought or your bosses are potentially changing, that has an impact on you as an employee. Mm-hmm. So looking at it from that perspective, yeah, of course, we're paying attention to it. We're watching what's happening. But at the end of the day, if we go out and do our job as baseball players and go play baseball, the rest of everything will take care of itself. Because we're in control of one thing in what we do, and that's how we go play on the field. So yeah, I'd be naive and be lying if I said we're not following what's happening with the ownership situation. But that is something that's completely out of our control, and what is in our control is playing baseball.
Very cool. Good answer.
I'm not trying to give a politically correct answer. That's just it's if anything, if your company's about to be bought by someone random, you're kind of paying attention to, hey, who's coming in and what's going to happen. But you got to go to work every day and continue to do your job. Can
I ask you another kind of tricky question?
Absolutely.
Have you ever blacked out from drinking at Nag's Head?
I actually don't drink at all.
See, there you go.
So that's an easy answer for that one.
Man, I've had some good times on the Outer Banks, though. That's just beautiful out there, man.
The show on Netflix, Outer Banks, is filmed a lot where I live now.
Is it really?
Yep, that's kind of around where I am.
Man, that area of the country is so beautiful and so underappreciated.
It's beautiful. I mean,
really is.
It's beautiful.
What's the weather normally like when it's not covered in snow?
Yeah, I mean, it's hot. It's a beach town, so it's hot. It's but when we get back early October, we'll get a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month of some good weather. But then we'll get into it's normally highs in the 50s, lows in the low 40s, maybe all winter.
Do you have any gators or snakes?
We got cottonmouth. We got snakes. No gators. No gators, though. No gators.
That's a nope.
Yeah, no gators.
I'd rather take the gators.
Gross. Ryan Jeffers, Minnesota Twins. Thanks, man.
So much fun, man. Thank you.
Ryan, you're the best, man.
And now Sauce has to trade for you on Major League Baseball show. Here goes Richmond.
I'll see you in the dugout, bud.
Yeah. I'll save a stop for you.
9 to noon is next. We'll see you Monday, 5:30 to 9. This has been the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
You too, Abba Dabba. Love you.